Hello everybody, Michael Sparky here. Just want to start this video off by saying the title of this video is obviously hyperbole. Obviously there are some things that done wrong will lead to, bad things. Like, if my electrical's done wrong in my house is going to burn down. So there's definitely a right way to do that. But this video is kind of me just getting my thoughts out of just my life experience. So, growing up, I was always told, there's a right way to do something. As an example, I started writing before I could really fully read. I would, just kind of copy down the shapes that I saw, and because of that, I incorrectly write my letters. I'll go upstroke on things, and because of that also I hold my pencil wrong. And it's always been something that, people are like, man, why do you do that? That's just wrong. That's crazy that you do it that way. And in school I was taught to do it, but I never really, it just didn't work for me, And, thankfully my teacher was graceful enough to see that I was still getting my work done, but I was just kind of going around at a different method. And, as I got older, there were other things that, maybe I didn't do the quote-unquote right way, but I still did them, and I did them well. I'm very much of an artist. I enjoy drawing. I've always enjoyed drawing growing up. So the art process for me, I remember taking some classes, some art classes, and they were teaching realism and things like that. And at that age, I was just like, why are they teaching me how to do this? That's not how I do it, And as I kind of grew into my own skin, it felt like, everything that I did, I just did a little bit wrong. And it kind of, it made me, I don't know, it made me question some things. It made me feel like, man, is there something wrong with me, Kind of made me stop trying as hard and stop learning, because if I couldn't do them the right way, then there's no reason to do them at all. But in recent years, I've started to realize that that is not the right way to look at things, at least in my opinion. I'm not someone that really believes that that everything is relative, but I do believe that the idea of a correct way of doing things may not always be the right way. If you look back at human history, I mean, how did all of these rules come in place? They came from someone doing it, and years and years and years of learning. And it's true, somebody had to learn how to do it wrong first, and then over the years, they grew into becoming something that was more refined. But still, even so, I mean, looking at, you might not know how to fix something, but there's always a solution. Whether it's right or not, there is always a solution. And I feel like, especially in this world of AI and perfection, quote unquote, the process of just learning something naturally and the process of human error is kind of beautiful. It's kind of something that I feel like we as a society could embrace more. It's like, I don't know how to edit videos. Honestly, I've just started to try. Now, that idea of, I don't know how to do this, just haunted me for the longest time, and it made me not press the record button. It made me not go forward with it because I'm like, well, I don't have the skills to do this. But maybe you'll do it wrong. As an example, making content. I've always thought about making content as, okay, so I need to learn how to make a video, and I need to learn how to edit a video, and there needs to be all these things that go with it. But in the last few years, I have an iPhone, and I'm sure that there's Androids that also have this feature, but for me, we get it probably 10 years later. That's a little bunny trail. But, sorry, I'm getting off track. In the camera app, I can take a video and pause it while I'm recording it, and then resume. And I've started to mess around with that and make little cut-up videos with just live cuts in them. And honestly, for me, that works really nice. And shoot, you can make a short form video in like no time, and with decent editing. I mean, it depends on kind of how you pause and play your recording. And people might look at that as like, oh, that's just wrong. You need to go through the process of just playing a whole video or recording a whole video and then editing it down. But I mean, if that works for you, then that's great. That's your process. One example of it is, so I listen to a podcast. It's called Distractable. It's got Markiplier in it, and then Bob and Wade, his two friends, and they also have their own channels. They're not just his friends. But Markiplier recently made a video within the last year or so, Iron Lung, and he's talking about, in a recent episode, about the Mac Minis he used for his render farm, and how his solution to keeping them cool was to run to the fridge and grab a Capri Sun, and they worked as a heat sink with these two Mac Minis top to top. If you haven't listened to Distractable, you should definitely check them out. They have some very hilarious content, and I just love hearing them talk about their lives and things. But that's an example of that's a way of doing something, and maybe that's not the right way to do it, but for him it worked. And I recently saw a video. I know the name of the guy that posted it. I'll have to post it in the description. I just can't remember it right now. But the crux of the video was no effort is wasted. And truthfully, if you're learning to do something and perhaps you learn it wrong, you still learn something from that experience. And yeah, honestly, that's the truth. You don't have to do things right in order to do them. I guess that's a good way to put it. So post your opinions in the comments. I can have a follow-up to this. This is one of my first just kind of ramble videos, trying to see what lands. And yeah, I'm not very good at it, but hey, I'm doing it wrong. But am I doing it? Yes, I am. Also, this game here is Fate. Some of you guys that grew up with Windows Vista might have remembered this game as a package deal from the old Wild Tangent games. The history of Wild Tangent is actually insane. But yeah. Another thing is I'm pretty certain I have undiagnosed ADHD. I don't like to just throw labels out there when I'm not diagnosed, but I've had multiple people tell me that they think that I have something at least. So if this video is kind of all over the place, that's me. So yeah, I am currently recording the audio for this video off of a iPod Nano. The audio the earbuds I have to record the audio right now. I don't have a mic or anything. Are just the old, the old Apple dirty buds, as Dank Pods would say. And I had an adapter for my iPhone, but since they removed the headphone jack, I couldn't find it. And I just like to use, just use straight to voice recordings. So I'm using my Nano, which I had to find in my room, but, yeah. Hey, it works. It's which one is it? The ninth gen? It's the really slim one with no click wheel. Anyway, I'm gonna end this video now. Retention probably dropped off about 2 seconds in. So, all right, y'all have a great day, and